Hi, it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in West Sussex in the UK. And I'm coming on to make a variation of this card. It's not one that I'd made before, although I have seen them, and it's just got a little bit of, it's not a fun fold, it's just created in a slightly different way, just to change it up. My lovely upline Emma Goddard demonstrated or gave the measurements for this, so I have turned it round and used products from the annual catalogue. I'm going to change the colourway, but I've used products from the Country Wood suite, which is on page 49. Now, if you haven't got a demonstrator and you live in the UK or Europe, then I would be love to help you with your Stampin' Up supplies. So get in touch. Contact details will be on my blog, and there's links below. So yes, I have used the Country Flowers bundle for the stamped images and some papers from this paper stack. It's called Country Lace. It's 12 by 12 and it's absolutely gorgeous. Wait till the end, I'll share some cards that I made with other parts of this week, which is the birdhouse part. But yes, this was grey granite. The sentiment I used is from Keeping Tabs, but I'm sure you've got happy birthday sentiments. I just thought it was quite nice to see that through the gap. You could write it, but make sure that your message is sort of hidden when they open the card, which is kind of cute. And I've also used one of the Everyday Details dies for this panel. Now, I love these dies. There are 11 dies in the set, and so I like putting together a little visual aid. This is the die cuts that you get with these 11 dies. So I like to store mine on some magnet sheets. So you get stackable dies, the circles, and then on one of the dies, both the circles and the rectangles, you've got an element in either side of the cut line. So in one piece, one sweep through, you get 2 bits, which is fabulous. You've got the same with the rectangles, and then you've got these little, I've done them both together, you've got these little bits and this, which is fabulous. Can do that repeatedly and get a really lovely background effect. I can see lots of possibilities using that. So, and then you've got these 2 little labels that have little tiny dots, which just complete the set, I think. Absolutely fabulous. So there's that, and we will get on with the card making. So the version I'm doing here will be petal pink. So I'm going to cut this up. This is a sheet of A4, but we use half of it for a card base. I've already cut 2 bits of the designer series paper. I've cut the label already for the panel, and then I've got 1/8 of a sheet of A4 for some stamping, and we'll do that shortly. Let's just get my trimmer in, put that off to one side, and I'm not sure how much of the trimmer you can see on my camera, but we'll give it a go. So the card base, we want to, the rule is up here, we want to trim that down to 10.5. But what I would normally do when I'm doing cutting up a piece of A4 is I would score both pieces. So score at 14.8, score not cut, and then cut it down the middle, which is 10.5 centimeters, and you get 2 bases. So I want to cut some panels out of this card base, so I'm going to set the score line just shy of 5 centimeters, and you can kind of gauge it there, so 5 centimeters. So that will reinforce that score line. That's the top panel of the card, and then from here we want to cut a panel that is going to be just big enough to pop round there. So that is 5, another 5 centimeters, and that leaves us another panel that is just under 5 centimeters. And then this one we will trim down trim the bottom of that off, and then you can see that through there, and that will be the middle section. The other bit that I've got actually is I need a bit of basic white, which is 10.2 centimeters. This is for the inside by 14.5. And that's us done all our cutting. Where I was organised this morning, so there we go. I'm just going to put some liquid glue on that panel and stick it on the inside straight away. I'm hoping I've got that straight. I always struggle when I've got a camera above me. Right, so that is the first bit, and we're going to stick some designer series paper on there. So I'm going to stick that bit on there straight away. I might need to trim the next bit down as I'm using a slightly smaller piece. Hold on, let's have a look. It's lovely. And let's have a look. Yeah, that needs to be just a little bit smaller. Let's see if that's a little bit smaller. Get my little cutter out, just take a sliver off that until we're happy. Another little sliver. There we go. Still struggling with my new fancy nails. There we go. Just struggling to pick things up. My husband laughs at me all the time. And then this one, I can actually pop that on there already, just avoiding the holes, because we don't want the glue seeping out. So that's like that. And then what we do is we hold that in place. Put glue there. We put glue there. And then, oh, keep it in place, Lynn. You want that straight, otherwise the card will be wonky when you put it down. And I just need to make sure I've got space for my happy birthday, so I will push that across there and try and get that so that it is straight. And we will leave that to stick. Is that straight? Straight enough, I hear you say. So we'll put that to one side. And then we've got some Memento black. Actually, let's see if we can do the happy birthday now. And do it with it shut. Hopefully that's straight. It is. Phew. When I had cut off, we're gonna have a grey teapot this time. I'm gonna stamp that directly onto the DSP. Oh, I think I need to ink my stamp. That's some of the Country Lace Designer Series paper, so I will be able to cut that out shortly. And then, what have I done with my stamp set? I had put that, what have I done? Stamp, stamp, stamp. What have I done with you? Come on, show yourself. Good Lord, it's painful. And now for the flowers. Try and ink that up. Brilliant. And ink it up properly. Now, before I die cut this, I am going to do some colouring with our blends. I've got the two dies here, but I have got, I'm going to add a little bit of shading in grey granite to our teapot. So that's the dark one. We don't want the dark one just yet. Just helps give it a little bit of extra definition. Don't really know what I'm doing. And then we'll blend that out with the lighter one. think. Keep meaning to do a class so that I learn a little bit more about using these blends. I'm going to leave that so as if there's some light rather than oversaturate the paper. Let's leave that for a minute and come in with some colours. I've got Bubble Bath, I've got Pretty in Pink, and I've got some Shaded Spruce, which is the colours that I used on my other card. And I'm going to use the same colours, and that way it just makes it a little bit easier. So this is the dark. And I think when you're doing any blending, I always use the bullet point. If you want to do blending, you need to kind of work with one colour, one flower at a time, otherwise it's very easy. It dries, and you can't blend it after it dries. It's hard with little images like this because they don't really show up very well. And do all those roses the same. And putting the lid on in between each one because it's an alcohol marker and it will dry out. Oh, helps if you take the same colour. Right, this is Light Bubble Bath. Very pale. And I'm actually going to see what that looks like with a little bit of Pretty in Pink blended. Oh, I quite like that. Now I'm going to use the dark Bubble Bath. That's the thing with the blends, you can kind of just do what you want. Hopefully you'll like what you've done, or if not, you can always start again. This is the dark Petal Pink, or I'm not sure I like that, so I'm not going to go right to the edge. It's a bit dark, that is. I'm not sure they're blending very well together. Oh no. Actually going to do the centre of that flower with the dark. We can always put a gem on there. I do actually quite like that. Use the dark over the top. Nice, like that. And then we shall do, I'm going to do all of the leaves in the pale think let's go over it again with the same colour. Quite like those, but I'm going to leave a little bit of white, especially in those bigger ones. You do get variegated, don't you? Right, let's bring in our mini. Actually, I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to come in with a little bit of crumb cake to give it a bit of a vintagey look. Just around those edges. Like that. So I've got our number one plate, and just 2 of the cutting plates. I'm going to use a little bit of low tack tape to hold the dies in place. I always find it's easier to colour and then die cut. How about you? Do you die cut and then colour? Did that move? Right. Should be able to cut both of these at the same time, she said, hopefully. Let's see. Perfect, like that, and again that's gone very well. Now, didn't stick that down particularly well, so I'm going to get my snips and just fussy cut. Easy to fussy cut around that image, as I didn't have the die lined up particularly well. Not worrying about the top. Lovely. And then I'm going to have a look at this. Now the teapot, obviously, oh, that's so pretty. The teapot hangs off the end, so just be wary when you're doing that. I think what I'm going to do, I stuck it flat on my last card. I'm just going to, let's have a look, and I think that looks nice like that. So I'm just going to do a little bit of colouring there, just so that there's a bit of shadow in the box, the teapot isn't just floating in the air. And then I've got some stamping dimensionals. Oh, they're all stuck together. That's not good. And I'm gonna stick my teapot on first. Like that. And then do a couple for pretty flowers. There we go. And then the other thing that comes in the suite is some metallic pearls. These went really well with this card, but I think what I might do, if we can find what we've done with them. Honestly, if you could see my desk, it's quite scary. Oh, I put them away. I've got some iridescent pearls here. I think that'll look nicer. But actually I've got still some, got a tiny bit left of the twine. I'm not sure if this is still available, but we'll add that with a glue dot just because we can. Take my pick tool and trimmer and snips are just a must. I think we'll just pop that on there, and we will just tuck that under there. There we go. And our pearls, do the same. Me and my threes. These are absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to stick one there and another little one. We'll do another one there. There we go. What do you think? Do you have a favourite? I like both of them actually. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I would love you to leave me a comment, and yes, hopefully I will be back again soon with some more projects. Oh, I was going to share with you very quickly a couple of cards made with the bird house elements. So this was a card from a couple of months ago. Stunning. It was really pretty. Little bird house there with some birdies on. Mirror stamping. And then this is beautiful card that a friend sent me for my birthday, which was last month. Isn't it gorgeous? She's done such an amazing job. I think this is a design that Patty Bennett did to begin with. Could be wrong, who's an amazing demo in the States. But yes, thank you, Saffron. Anyway, before I waffle too much, take care, stay safe, and happy crafting.